Okay, so in the box you get the solar panel, you get the cord that charges the solar panel, you get large, medium, and small blind adapters. That's the thing that attaches to your wand. Of course, you get a user manual, you get the module itself, which has batteries already installed, and you get some swabs and one of those reset tools that everybody needs, and a sizing template that's made to go around your blind when you're sizing it. So let's install it. So step one, we're going to use this moist wipe that they gave us to sort of wipe off the blind wand and the head rail where the blind is going to be installed. Step two, we're going to use that size guide to figure out how big our wand is. In this case, it looks like it's about a large. Now you want to use this alignment tool to make sure this is centered with the wand, because if you don't do this right, you'll have issues with the wand being misaligned and making weird popping sounds. So we're pretty much squared on right there. Looks it. Yep. Then you want to make sure you put your rod adapter on, make sure it aligns with the measurement right here. See, I'm a little bit off, but it works. Then you're going to make sure you put on your blind mount right flush against here, like that, against that little marker right there, like that. Okay. Then after you're done with the guide marker, you can go ahead and take that off. And from here, you can grab your wand, attach your wand and adjust it inside of the wand motor where we put the little adapter, and make sure that's flush in the middle. I forgot a step. That gear needs to go around that large adapter to go inside of this. Then you want to install your solar panel. Make sure you take off the 3M tape that's on it, put it right in the window. So after you finish the hard install of the blind, you move on to calibrating the blind. This is easy. You just open it fully, close it fully, open it halfway, and then open it, close it fully again, and then it's calibrated. Now, once you're done installing your blinds, you'll be presented with this menu. Now, before we get into the main menu, there's something that I forgot to mention. You should also buy the Switchbot hub. You can either do the Switchbot hub mini, the Switchbot hub 2, or the Switchbot hub 3. Now, these Switchbot hubs do a whole lot, but I'm not going to get into them right now. But just know you can control anything from TVs to your blind curtains, from air conditioners to vacuums, and your voice assistants with just that one hub that sits on your desk, so it's very clean. I think this is the first thing I ever reviewed about Switchbot, but their ecosystem is really good when it comes to locks. They have vacuums, they have smart vacuums, they have a lot of decent things that you can look into, and they're all decently priced. So once you install the hub, you can now have access to the app, and you're able to use the Switchbot hub in your Amazon Alexa app, or your Smart Things app, or even your HomeKit app. Clicking into one of the blinds, you're presented with this quick menu where you can just open up the blind and close the blind. You can edit these in the... So once you click on the More tab, you're presented with more options, including this slider bar that will give you incremental detail on where you want your blinds. In here, you can also set the delay for the blinds taking a pause before it actually executes the action. You have schedules, which say you want the blinds to open up at a certain time and close at a different time. You can set that up inside there. And you have light sensing. On that solar panel has a little light sensor. And the way that light sensor works is pretty cool. What it does is you can calibrate it for the blinds to open and or close based on the light that you want or don't want in the house. And that light sensor will do it. So like, say if it's a hot day and you have your blinds open, and if your sunlight is coming too much into the house, then of course your house is going to warm up. So you can use that light sensor to close the blinds if it's too warm out. And then quickly going through the settings menu, you have certain customized actions where you can set the routines to be a certain setting that you set. Say if you want the blinds 30% open, things like that, you can create a group which will make a bunch. Say if you had 4 windows with 4 sets of blinds, you can make them all open at the same time inside of that mode. Motion mode, you can tell the motor how fast it should run because it is a little bit louder, but it closes faster in standard mode. But in silent mode, it's pretty quiet. You can barely hear it. Paired with Switchbot remote is, of course, another Bluetooth enabled or IR enabled button that you would put on your desk so you can just hit your Switchbots at the touch of a button. Then logs are just error logs and things like that. Third-party services are where you want to hook up your Amazon Alexas, your Google Assistants, your Home Assistants, your Smart Things, and Homey, IFTT, and Matter. I gotta check out Homey when I get a chance. You'll basically sign in to those assistants from there, and then they'll link up so you can use them on those platforms instead of this one. And you do this to more so simplify the whole process instead of using this app and then another app for something else different. And then NFC, that's pretty cool. You can use your cell phone and sort of tap your cell phone to an NFC chip that you put near your blinds, and it'll know exactly what to do and for that mode. And it's nice to know that the installation guide is there just in case you want to move the blind to a different window, or maybe it loses communication, something like that. Now, I'll let you know, I've had one of my blinds installed for well over a year. It's never lost communication. It's been dead on since I've had it. So I don't think you'll really need that, but if you do, it's there. Help and feedback, of course, there's like a little FAQ that is in here, and you can find different answers to your questions on how to do things. So if you need to tinker with it, you can tinker in here. Firmware and batteries, another one that you'll never have to get into, because since you have the solar panel installed, which the most of the blinds, they do come with solar panels, the solar panel is charging it. And as long as you're not opening and closing the blinds like 50 times a day, you're going to be fine with the solar panels charging the batteries. So you'll never have to use that. And then just like Wise and a few others, they have a bunch of products and automations to sort of keep you in their ecosystem. They want you using their products, so they have a very good looking automation menu, which looks like it's really user friendly and very easy to set up if you want to use that. So for instance, you know, if you're going to sleep at a certain time, you want the blinds to close, or if you open the door at some point, you will maybe want the blinds to open. Things like that are really useful, and they're really easy to set up in here to make your house actually smart. This is the actual automation part of these blinds. So that's my review on the Switchbot blind tilt motor. Of course, these are a bit expensive, of course, at $60 and stuff like that, but you can actually find these on Amazon Prime Days for $50, or you can find them open box on eBay used for about $50 or $40 too. And again, also remember that Switchbot also has curtain adjusting motors. They actually have roller shades and everything else that you need for your house to sort of give your house that extra tiny bit of advantage that you get from letting the sun warm up your house, or blocking the sun's rays when it's hot so your air conditioner doesn't have to work as hard. That's the value add in it. So if you need answers to your questions, or answers to like the connectivity, or if you even need me to install them, I do charge for that. But let me know in the comments down below, or in my inbox if you're looking at this on Facebook or Instagram, and I'll be happy to help you. I don't charge for advice, but I do charge for my time and me coming to actually help you with the product. Anyway, thanks for listening to me. I've been Patrick Houston from Houston's Home Automation, and this has been my review of the Switchbot blind tilt motor. Feel free to comment, feel free to subscribe, feel free to ask me any questions. I'll be more than happy to answer. Take it easy, guys.